Residents of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, have called on the police to investigate the killing of 23-year-old Toritseju Jackson. Toritseju was stabbed during a night out with his friends in the city center. Well, our senior correspondent Ferdinand Duruoha has this report for us.
In his family home, candles are lit in his honor. Loved ones who had hoped he will live to fulfill his potentials and aspirations mourned. Toritseju Emmanuel Jackson was 23 years old when his life was snuffed out by yet-to-be-identified killers. The Buckingham University School lawyer only returned to Nigeria earlier this year to participate in the mandatory National Youth Service Corps and attend Nigeria's law school, both requirements to become a legal practitioner in the country. But all that now are parts of lofty dreams unfulfilled. The circumstances surrounding his death have left some pertinent questions unanswered. Toritseju had gone out with a friend at about 10:45 p.m. on Saturday, the 11th of September. His family say they received a call at past 9 a.m. on Sunday the next day that he had been involved in an accident. His friends, whom he had gone out with, alleged that he was stabbed by unknown persons in front of a hotel in Wuse Zone 4 where they had visited. His father tells us more.
I got called that Sunday morning that Toju was involved in some accident and that it was serious. I should come back. I was running a program somewhere out of town, so I came back and we drove straight to the hospital, Gariki General Hospital. At the point I got there and I asked, "Where's Toju?" They just told me, "It's in the morgue." It was unbelievable. That set the most imaginable out inside of me because I spoke to Toju the day before and it was fine. So what happened? They said a friend came to the house at midnight to pick him and they went out. And I think they had a stopover to see some of their other friends at the top rank hotel, Wuse 2. And as he was coming out of the hotel, he was encountered by, I don't know, these people who killed him. So Toju was stabbed to death. Between that time that this incident happened until the time that we got involved, Toju was left in the car outside bleeding. There was no help. Nobody. The hotel did not call the police. Neither does his friends. So he died and we only met him at that point. He was still even in the car, one wretched car at the hospital before he was taken to the morgue. What got me so jammed up, to be very honest, I went to the crime scene. They said Toju ran back into the hotel, into the room, after I was stabbed. And that was the next day. I saw that the hotel was running as if it's usual, blood cleaned up. I went upstairs, I walked through the staircase for a boy who was stabbed and bleeding. He walked up to the room, and then by the next morning, there was no trace of anything, no sympathy. They just cleaned up and business was on as usual. For me, I think every hotel in Nigeria requires a minimum standard of security, proper lighting outside the environment and all of that.
Toju has been buried with a service of songs and a road walk by some of those who fondly remembers him.
They stabbed my brother 5 times. Who said on 4?
He was just himself. He didn't form for anybody. He didn't carry shoulder. He was just himself. He had a way of just making people endear people to him, So that's why everyone here, that's why there's such an outpour of love.
Toju impacted lives in so many beautiful ways, in the sense that you could have been a friend or a friend of a friend or a friend of the family, but however it might have been that you experienced Toju, it was something that was worthwhile. So I'm not surprised to see this amount of people here respecting Toju's passing and just, being here to just celebrate such a beautiful and well-lived life.
The outcome of today is a manifestation of Toju's love for people. Toju wasn't a classist. Toju saw everyone. He really saw everyone. And I'm so proud of the amount of people that have come out today because it really shows that Toju is here, Toju is seen, Toju is loved. Toju loved, but Toju is loved.
Mr. Jackson laments the rate of crime in the FCT and demands justice for Toju.
Well, I'm deeply pained, saddened that there's a failure in some part of the security measures in the country, particularly in FCT. If an incident of this sort happened between 4 a.m. to 5, and there was no police intervention, either as a result of the hotel calling on the police or the police doing their regular patrols, this situation would have been rescued because, this boy bled to death. And if there was intervention, if there was any kind of help, the situation would have been remedied or seen to be remedied. But there was absolutely nothing was done. Nothing absolutely was done. On the side of the hotel and on the side of the police.
Arise News twice visited the hotel in Wuse where Toju visited and was killed in front of. We sought unsuccessfully to speak with the manager. Attempts to reach him or have him reach us on the phone have also not been fruitful. While the FCT Commissioner of Police Babaji Sunday, in a statement by the PRO, has assured the public that the command will be professional, fair and thorough in its investigation, there are some pertinent questions begging for answers. Why did Toritseju's friends, who came to his house to pick him the night before his murder, not inform his family after the attack? Was it appropriate for the hotel to have cleaned the blood stains, traces and the room where the victim entered after the attack before inviting the police? And how professional was the police by moving the body from the crime scene and attempting to put it in a morgue before contacting the victim's family for identification? Now, these are some of the worries and allegations made by the victim's friends and family. But beyond Toritseju's killing, residents of the FCT will hope that the heightened crime rates in the capital will be addressed soonest. Ferdinand Duruoha, Arise News.
Well, quite a sad story there. And elsewhere in Bayelsa State, a suspect has died in police custody. And while the police commissioner has ordered for a discreet investigation, the kinsmen of the deceased, the Andy Joy Youth Council, have blocked the Melford Okilo Road in protest. Well, Ovietema George has the report.
A barricade at both sides of the Biogbolo axis of the Melford Okilo Road and the Isaac Boro Expressway forces residents of Yenagoa to walk long distances to their destinations.
We no go gree, we no go gree.
This one, we no go gree.
The people are angry over the death of 27-year-old Goodluck Izigwe, who was arrested over a shooting incident where the rifle of one Inspector Uboto Sunday was allegedly taken away at Biogbolo on the 21st of September.
You just came to Biogbolo community arresting people and take them to cell without even good investigation. And they just killed this young man. We are not happy. And if the government did not do something today, I'm telling you, we're going to be in this place till tomorrow. We are not going anywhere. We will not and will never accept this heinous act perpetrated by Chris and his cohorts. The police owe every citizen a duty to arrest, investigate, and prosecute, not to arrest and kill.
The people of Biogbolo are making demands following the death of the young man.
The boy's corpse was lying at the mortuary. So we now send somebody to the mortuary. The police did not allow us to enter. So we made our way inside and only find the corpse on the ground, lying down. So we took the photo shot of that boy, then we posted it out for people. And immediately when we came home, the father of this boy fainted.
We want the release of our boys where they hold in their custody. And then the one where innocently, we don't know what happened. We don't know how come. When we only hear say one of our sons don't die and they dump him at the back of a FMC mortuary.
The Ijo Youth Council has a message for the Commissioner of Police.
I'm calling on CP Esheng to, as a matter of urgency with immediate effect, see that this person that perpetrates this act should be made to face the law immediately. Otherwise, in solidarity to my people, to the family, to the sons and daughters of a pure kingdom, we are going to remain here until our demands are being met.
In the meantime, the police have issued a statement confirming the death of the suspect, describing it as unnatural, with an order for a discreet investigation. Ovietime George, Arise News.